if you don't like your job, you really don't like it, and you feel like there's something else that you should do, there's something else that's going to give you fulfillment, go ahead and do it. There's no problem with you doing that. You make time for your passion, you make time for what brings you joy. However, don't burden other people because you have a passion. No. People should not be holding you down because you want to start a business and it's your passion. Absolutely not. You figure that out yourself. If they want to, obviously you can receive them, but it's never something to expect. Now, if they offer help, accept the help. I'm all for you accepting help when it comes from the outside. However, it should never be expected. That's where I'm coming from. If they want to lend you a hand, go ahead, let them lend you a hand. However, it's not something you should be expecting. You should not be expecting anything from anyone out here in the world except for yourself. No one owes you anything, including your partners, your parents, and your siblings and friends, whatever. No one owes you anything. Hello and welcome to Kitchen Table Advice. My name is Paola and I am the host of this podcast. This podcast is a safe place where you can ask for any advice you want. It can be relationship advice, both platonic or romantic, career advice, or life advice. I wanted to create a safe place where you can ask for your advice without fear. My purpose here is to serve as a guide and give you a different perspective for you to eventually both find your purpose in life as well as your voice. As a reminder, every name will be anonymous and your identity will always be kept a secret. This is not professional advice and I am not a licensed therapist or psychologist. Just think of this as advice you would get from a close friend on a kitchen table. So, let's begin. Hello, my wonderful gems. How are you? I hope you're doing amazing. If you're a returning gem, welcome back. If you're new here, hello, how are you? Make sure you say how the vibe, and if you like what you're listening to, then please feel free to like and subscribe to the channel. Okay, so as usual, we'll just jump into the story of the episode. From now, we'll just do one story per episode because it's just much shorter for people on YouTube. I apologize if you listen to us on Spotify. I know you guys prefer longer, but we're just gonna go for shorter, and we'll try to upload more than just twice a week. So bear with us, and please let us know if you like this change or not. We're open to suggestions. Okay, after that brief introduction, we're just gonna start the first story of the episode. So the title of the first story is I am feeling stuck in my relationship with my amazing but broke boyfriend. Let's just jump in. Hi, I'm really stuck at crossroad here in my relationship and I would love some outside perspective or encouragement. Do you just want encouragement? Or do you want perspective? Anyway, let me just go in. My boyfriend is 26 and I'm 24 and we've been in a relationship for almost 4 years now. Honestly, I've had a lot of fun with him. Of course, we've had our arguments, but honestly, this is one of the most mentally healthy relationships I've ever been in. That is, until he randomly quit his job. Alright? I'm an extremely hard worker, and it's a quality that I'm passionate about. I work about 3 jobs to create the life I want to live. When we met, he was a hard worker, getting extra hours, showing up early, and then he started to hate his job. 3 years in, he randomly decided to quit his job a day after moving in with me. Alright. Parentheses, I know it's a huge red flag. He was starting his own business, as they usually do, so that gave me hopes, but of course that fell through, as it usually does. He hasn't had a job for 8 months now. So you're his mother? Let me just go in. Of course you're screaming at me to leave, but it's not like he's just sitting around constantly, which is what makes this hard for me. He goes out and door dashes to at least make his half of the rent and groceries. He would do a couple of hours of online coding classes every other day. He does his fair share of chores around the house. So it's not like he does nothing. He just doesn't seem to grow at all. He hasn't submitted a resume in 7 months because he wants to wait until his coding classes are done. Parentheses, who knows when that will be since he's learning on his own time. I honestly just want him to have any job, especially one that doesn't damage his car. His car recently gave out now, So he's unable to work until he gets that fixed. He barely has money to be able to fix it. Now I'm stuck here panicking, asking myself, will he even be able to make rent this month? I asked him if he's going to apply to any jobs or what he's going to do, and he just says my questioning is stressing him out. But I have to ask, especially since he hasn't made any money this month. I love him so incredibly much, but if he can't pay his rent, then I don't want him to live here. So I feel like I've been harsh or not understanding, but any job is better than none. There are so many businesses in walking area around us that he could get hired at. It just feels like he doesn't want to. I'm feeling so incredibly stuck that I don't know what to do. Oh, okay. Um, we just jump into the advice. I don't think you're stuck. I think you know exactly what to do, but you don't want to leave. I think you want to drop this relationship, but you don't want to leave because of the time you've put in, how he makes you feel, all this other stuff. The thing that's really on your mind is that he does not have a job. This is a tough one because I went in with another assumption now, reading through the thing. It does seem like he does have some type of drive, or maybe he has a passion in something else that he's doing, but that hasn't worked out yet. So now it's just, to be honest, if this is you or you're in a situation like this, even though you are with someone who has drive and has ambition, but they do not have a job, I would never suggest you be in this situation. Just it's best for you to leave and come back when he has his stuff together. And I know it sounds harsh, but to be fair, even people who have their passion, a lot of people have their passions on the side and they hate their jobs. Okay, I don't like. There are a lot of people who hate their jobs out here. There are not many people who like to work for the company they're working with. A lot of people have hobbies and a lot of people have passion on the side. However, it's very telling that once he moved in with you, he left his job. Now, hear me out. He may have something on the side. He might be creative and he's working a corporate job that he doesn't like. Whatever. A lot of people fall in that category. But the fact that he moved in with you and decided to be like, bye bye, let me just focus on my passion, or and then that didn't work out with his quote unquote business. 99% of newly made businesses don't work out. So it's not like it's more common for your business to not work out than for it to come work out. That is why I think most people who have a successful business right now, they failed at their first business, second, third, fourth, fifth. It's not until the seventh try where they can even try to get their foot in. Making a business is not as easy as it seems. It takes time, it takes practice. And if you want to start a business, I know it sounds so pessimistic, but honestly, go in with the intention to fail fast, learn from your mistake, and pivot. That's what I would give you. So all of this makes sense, but it's just the manipulation I don't like about this. He moved in with you, left his job, tried to focus on his business, on his passion, and it fell through. And now he's floundering. This is someone that I would say I don't like his energy. It's very manipulative. It's very conniving. He's doing just enough for you to stay in the relationship. Just enough. He's door dashing enough. He's covering his half of the rent. He's doing just enough. But to actually be in a partnership, you can't just cover your half. It's a give and take. Yes, there are times when when you fall on hard times, understandable. Then there are other times when you give. This has been 4 years. No. He has just been taking from you. And the fact that you said you have jobs around the house, well, around where you live, but he doesn't want to do that. He probably feels above those jobs. He probably feels like it's not, I'm too good to work at fast food or this or that. It's just, I've met a couple of people like that where they were broke. They had no money in their account, but they were now gonna apply to a fast food joint because they are above that. And I don't understand that logic, especially when you're way down on yourself. It's just like, come on, you have to start somewhere. Working at fast food is not, we know it's not the end all be all. It's just a stepping stone for you to finally get your stuff together and then eventually pursue your passion. But some people just think they're above that. It's beneath them. They're not going to do it. That is not I don't know. I don't like that type of attitude in a relationship, even friendships. It's just, I don't like that type of attitude. So that is why I would tell you to leave. And secondly, oh my gosh, I don't know why my thoughts are so jumbled. But going back to when he moved in with you, he quit his job. This was a calculative move. This was calculation. Okay, he has been working. Wait, you work about 3 jobs, but he has been working in this job for about 3 years. And once he moved in, he quit. Girl, what were you thinking? That is a big, that was when you be like, go back. He really planned this out. So you've been in a relationship for 4 years. And during 3 of those 4 years, he was working. But then once you guys moved in together, he quit his job. This man has been prepping you in the back end to take his BS. I don't know if he's planning ahead that much, but it's just like, that's very telling. That's very calculating. He quit the job the day after he moved in with you. I that was where you should have just said no. This relationship is not working out for you, but you were obviously already emotionally invested. You had invested 3 years of your time. Your emotions are invested. You've seen him at his best, so you think he's gonna go back to that. No, that was a trap. He was wearing a mask to lure you in, and now that you're in, he's making sure you're not gonna go anywhere. Now that you're in, he's gonna try his best to make sure you're not gonna go anywhere. I feel like we need to wake up from this. And to be honest, I do want to put a caveat there because as a creative person, I consider myself to be a creative person. And like I said before, most people who work at a job don't like it. I happen to be one of those people. I really don't care. But I would never burden someone else like that, knowing full well I'm working somewhere I'm not passionate about and I want to do something I'm passionate about. I would never put that burden on my partner to just take care of everything while I pursue my dream. That's ridiculous. That is very childish. That's very immature. That's you just, I don't know. That's very manipulative. I don't like it. And it's just, why hasn't he submitted a resume in 7 months? It's like there's so many jobs out here. And I know he might not qualify for everything. Yes, but that's not an excuse. Like, you have to work somewhere. And another point is, even if you feel like you're above a certain type of job or pay or whatever, you still need to apply to those places. And if you get hired, you might meet someone. Life is 50% chance, 50% skills. It's like, if you're not in an environment that's gonna bring those people towards you, where you're gonna network or eventually follow your dreams, then you're just wasting everybody's time. It's very childish. He's using you as his mom, and it's so unfair. He's not treating you as his partner. I feel like he's using you for shelter. He's using you for food. And now this month, he might not even pay his half of the bills. You two are basically roommate. This is not a partnership. This is not a romantic relationship. This is a roommate situation with intimacy, with physical intimacy on the side. And you are the losing end. I don't know. I don't like it. I don't like it. I'm all for you following your dreams. I'm all for you for following your passion, but not at the expense of someone else. That is just manipulative and crappy behavior. It's like, people don't owe you. How do I say this? Like, if you don't like your job, you really don't like it, and you feel like there's something else that you should do, there's something else that's going to give you fulfillment, go ahead and do it. There's no problem with you doing that. You make time for your passion. You make time for what brings you joy. However, don't burden other people because you have a passion. No. People should not be holding you down because you want to start a business and it's your passion. Absolutely not. You figure that out yourself. If they want to, obviously you can receive them, but it's never something to expect. Now, if they offer help, accept the help. I'm all for you accepting help when it comes from the outside. However, it should never be expected. That's where I'm coming from. If they want to lend you a hand, go ahead, let them lend you a hand. However, it's not something you should be expecting. You should not be expecting anything from anyone out here in the world except for yourself. No one owes you anything, including your partners, your parents, and your siblings and friends, whatever. No one owes you anything. But frankly, that's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing that they don't owe you anything. It's kind of good. It means that you're in charge of your life. You are the you are in charge of your life, and you are the director of your own life. That's all it means. But I don't know. I don't like his energy. He needs to pull his weight, and I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you because it's from the outside looking in. It just seems like he's doing enough to not raise alarm bells, but he is raising alarm bells because he's not really being ambitious or showing that he's willing to take on stuff he might not like just for survival. It's just he's using you for his he's using you as his mom, which is sad. But yeah, that's my advice on that. If you're in a situation like this, I would just tell you it's best for you to leave. Even if you love that person, leave, come back when they have their stuff together. But it's just like this is not you should not be tasked with raising an adult. That's unfair on you. That's unfair. That's not only unfair on you, but that's only unfair on them because they need to grow up. And if you've been on this channel long enough, then you know I advocate for hitting rock bottom because I think a lot of people can learn from hitting rock bottom. But if we keep being a safety blanket for them, they're never going to learn the lesson. That is it for that advice. Thank you so much for spending your day with us. Please let me know what you thought of this story and most importantly, our advice in the comment section below. We love hearing from you and we love reading your comments. And again, you can reach us on our website, which is kitchentableadvice.com. That is where we get some of our stories as well as business inquiries. Our website also offers a ton of other options, such as we have blogs about basically anything, basically whatever I feel like writing at the moment, and also poems about whatever I feel like writing at the moment. And the same goes with the art there, whatever I feel like at the moment. It's it's a mixture of a bunch of different stuff. You're definitely gonna either think it's cool or weird, but yeah. So make sure you visit our website. Thank you so much for spending your day with us, and we see you next week. Bye.